And good morning, people. Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Madarame's palace is no more. We have defeated Madarame. We have initiated the change of heart. Does it stick? We won't know. Not for 11 more days. The deadline does need to pass. So really, we wait. And we work on social things. Social stats, social confidence, build up our. I need to go to the Velvet Room to sort out our the personas, and well, a few bits of everything really. So yeah, what do we do tonight? I do believe we are going to read a book. Actually, is that the best thing we can do right now? Do need to work on Sojiro a little bit more, but that's not going to be for a few days. I'm wondering if I should change things in the middle of my from my actual plans. No, let's not change things. We do need these people to not be here to read. So let's read. What am I going to read? There's Charm. There's this Yoncha Walker. Don't really need that. Tied in the Heart for proficiency, and Buchiko's Story for kindness. What do I need most at the moment? I think proficiency.
Make sure you close up.
As always, we get halfway through a book, and then we'll read the other half in a few days. And apparently, Eagle wants a word. We did just finish a palace, so maybe saying thanks.
You have expelled one who was stained in vanity. You are now one step closer to your rehabilitation. It's a delightful thing indeed.
Our master is pleased. You should be honored, inmate.
However, that man's remarks are concerning. It seems another has made their way into the metaverse.
Yeah. Is it true?
That is beyond my knowledge. But your rehabilitation is progressing smoothly. That is for certain. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes for you.
So rank 4. Next rank, I believe we get the 10 personas available to us. So, or 10 persona slots available to us. So, it's definitely one I want. I'm gonna have to make do with just 8 for the moment, though.
It's Kitagawa. I'm calling about Madarame's state. For the time being, he hasn't suffered a mental shutdown. Other than that, his demeanor seems to have softened a bit. Is that the change of heart?
To be honest, we don't really know.
I thought so. I was curious and looked into Kamoshida as well. It as if he was an entirely different person. Will the same be true for Sensei? I'm sorry to have taken your time. That's all I wanted to tell you. Good. Oh, I'll try asking him about the black-masked intruder from the palace when the time is right. Goodbye, then. This time for sure.
Yeah.
Someone famous in Shibuya? Ah, Torinosuke. Yeah, the politician that we've been dealing with.
In the end.
Yeah, people really don't see him as a worthwhile person at the moment, but maybe we can change that.
Jeez.
And Kawakami has a question for us, because why not? Yeah, teachers know when you're copying other people's works, and especially from the website, because generally it's done vertebrum. And convenient for the time that we're in at the moment with Madarame, plagiarism. Stealing is as much a crime as stealing someone anything else. Copyright is a thing after all. Arsène Lupin by Maurice Leblanc. Once had a famous detective character from another series appear in one of the Lupin stories. So what is the question?
Do you know the answer?
Do you know which author Leblanc borrowed from? The answer, and this is I'll be honest, I got this wrong the first time because I guessed, and I didn't get it wrong because I checked the network, but I guessed it was Gaston Leroux because I didn't know the answer to this one. It's actually Arthur Conan Doyle, as you can tell by how many people are actually answering it. Sherlock Holmes.
This is it.
Well done.
Ultimate showdown between the definitive gentleman thief and the famous detective. But there was a copyright or a claim that was done by Doyle, and Leblanc actually changed the name to Sherlock Holmes. Not original in the slightest.
Nice going.
So another couple points of knowledge. Always nice to see. Yeah. Homage and plagiarism, two very different things. Homage is when you've got permission from the original creator. Plagiarism is not.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Something. Okay.
Actually,
You almost got kidnapped. But you're a cat. Shall we just say catnapped? Yeah, who would kidnap a cat?
what?
You are in this world, seen as a cat in this world, Morgana. I know you don't like it, but you've got to take it as such. Some girl with a crazy look in her eyes. Calling Morgana Snowball? That is a common cat name. That's a possibility. Haven't been able to find any relevant posts, so it must not be something that's too widespread. And the only victims are cats, so unfortunately, apart from a select few, most people aren't really going to pay attention to it.
Okay, let's go.
But since it was in Yongan, we can go and talk about the and talk about things and see if we can find anything. And that's a lot of instant messages. So on. Not quite. Takumi. Not yet, not today. The forum request? Mementos. That's a possibility. And Ryuji. Not today. I don't think we can actually get... Let's actually do the right one. I don't think we can raise Ryuji yet. No. We will be able to after a couple more things happen, so I'm not going to spend time with him. On we can raise, Takumi we can raise. However, today we are going to go to Mementos. After I've gone to the Velvet Room. Because I need to switch up my personas for what's coming up. So, I will meet you after I've done this. I will make a quick stop to for the electric chair bit that I'm going to be doing. Yes, I'm going to be using the electric chair once. So I will show that, and then I'll be at the end to show you what I've picked up.
Hey, inmate!
Can you please kick me in, Caroline? Thank you. You know what, this is actually going to take a little bit more effort than I thought, because I'm actually upgrading from what I had on my list, because I'm actually level 22 at this point, which is higher by 2 from when I actually created the list. Or was it 1? Is it 1? Either way, I've got to spend a few things turning things around. So what we're going to do is firstly start off with...
Registration? You'd like to register this?
We'll register those and we'll do the
Time for some rehabilitation.
electric chair first. No matter what happens, I was going to use the electric chair on Ame no Uzume for this particular weapon.
Looks like it'll
It's
become a weapon.
a straight upgrade, which means I don't need to buy your scale weapon when it comes round to the next time I actually have to upgrade things. So this is just plain a good money saving measure for later.
Behold its new form.
Again, this it can be pretty gruesome. It's an electric chair. I have this classed as restricted for a reason, and not only for the actual language in the game, but also for the persona things here. This will be the only time I show it, but it's still, please, if you are sensitive to it, look away now.
This may prove somewhat extreme.
So there is our item, the Senryu Yukasha, or something. So yeah, that's the electric chair, and that's a weapon for Yusuke. I'll be back with my personas all sorted. This may be harder than I think. Fun.
You wish to perform an execution.
Alright, gonna have a quick break in this because a couple of things. Florus here. Devil. The reason why I've got this up at the moment is because this is what these twins have been asking for. A Florus with Terrakaja. This fulfills the request. Not only that, but I do have their next one available as well, which is a Phoenix with counter. So yeah, that's all ready to go. I was going to have the Phoenix ready for it, but I wasn't. I completely forgot that I hadn't done the Florus. So yeah, let's talk to the twins.
Do you need something? No. Oh. Indeed. See? You can do it. Yes.
No, we've been following your guidance, just as you wanted us to. But definitely hard work. Still many tasks on the list though. This is the third one, and each one does make our confidence rise. So there are 10 tasks. Not only keeping us on our toes, but it's also helping us improve. It is actually. So thank you for the list. Wait, you didn't write it? Caroline, was it you?
Excuse me?
No, apparently it's too precise for Caroline to do it. So if neither of you wrote it, who did? Was it Eagle? Okay, it wasn't Eagle. There's only the three of you in here, as well as us. Where did that list come from?
Shut up!
Yeah, all they're doing is following orders. Really, does it matter where that list comes from? As long as we can, you're consulting it, you're passing those tasks on to us, and we complete them. No, it doesn't.
Hey, inmate! Yes.
So the lockdown. This allows you to leave a persona inside the Velvet Room to learn an attribute resistance or get rid of an attribute weakness.
Alright.
To be honest, with the attribute, with the accessory I've got, having an attribute weakness doesn't really matter. So really this is just to strengthen an attribute that might not be on there. I believe it's random, so you can't really have control over it. But I believe you can also gain experience while they're in there as well. So if you want to level them, you can just leave them here. I likely won't be making use of it.
Now,
So what is the next task?
farewell.
A phoenix with counter. Convenient. The next privilege they provide will unlock great power, so 2 tasks are needed. Let's half that amount, shall we?
Now. Oh. It would seem.
We're doing our best. Good question, actually. Why are we making the twins realize things that they might not have known before? They work here. One measly prisoner, the only prisoner in this room, might we add.
What is the meaning of this?
That's true.
Excuse me?
Are you confused?
Shut up!
I suppose that's right. The closer we get to the rehabilitation to finish the tasks, the closer you will get to an answer. Time for them to get serious. Well, that's rank 4.
Alright.
So what are you asking for next? This one
Farewell.
I cannot get to at this moment in time. Setanta with Rakukaja, and I believe you have to go through a little bit of a route to get Rakukaja on this. So yeah, it's going to be a few. I think Setana is something like level 27 or 30, or in the 30s. So it's going to be a while before we move on with these two. Yeah, special treatment is our next one. Allows you to pay a lot of money to create personas of a higher level. So instead of just settling for ones which are our level or lower, we can pay money to create higher level ones. Anyways, now that that's done, I'm going to finish up with my persona creation because I've got a few more I need to do.
fit.
Actually, let's show Lockdown.
Caroline.
Yeah, while Justine has the registry, Caroline has more dangerous things, or the more personal, up close and personal things, such as Lockdown. You can only lock up one persona, and it won't be able to be used in battles or fusions. If you make sure to burn some incense, the persona will grow even more. Incense is something that hasn't been shown to us yet. You can buy incense, and apparently it's used here to build your personas up. Oh, apparently we get one, but no more freebies. Incense MA, so magical incense.
The cell's empty. Get it together, inmate.
Yeah, you do need a persona in there. Really, I don't want to use this right now, so we're just going to hold off on it. But it's here. Anyways, back to creating.
The inmate needs a... Let's execute him. What path do you want?
Okay, that took way too long to deal with. But I have my personas. And I've gained some social standing with the twins, which is always good. So the personas I've got. Jikokuten, Temperance persona. Kaguya, the Moon persona. Matador, the Death persona. Lian CD, the Lovers persona. Phoenix, the Faith persona. Nigi Mitama, the Counselor persona. Shiki Ubuji, what was the strong enemy in the Palace of Madarame, the Chariot persona. And Oribus, the Hierophant persona. There are two other personas which I'm going to need at some point soon. But one of them I don't really need because it's a sun persona for the what's his name? For the Man of the People. Well, Yoshida. Because really you gain ranks with him regardless of the points that you get during that. The other one is a Justice persona, which we'll be using later. That one's more pressing than the Sun persona, but I do want both. So, now that that's done, we go into Mementos, because that's what I came out for. I've got what I needed for here. We do need to go to Yonganyaya first though, because we need to identify the abductor of our cats here. First up, let's check with the people that we can talk to. Like this person. Apparently this person has got a bunch of cats. You mentioned cats. Yeah, cats are very territorial animals. A lot of them in the same place, especially if it's on close, if they don't know each other or on short notice. you will get fighting, you will get noise, you will get pretty much everything. Yeah, it is worrying that they're being forced together that like that. Anno? Okay. So we've got one name, but we need a full name for Mementos. So we've got to have a look around for a little bit more.
Well then.
But we've got we're halfway there. Do you know anything? No, you're just on your selling spiel. No, there's usually a cat here, and it's disappeared. I think we've lost that cat as well. Ah, there's some people. And they're just talking about the exhibit. Oh, you know about this? No, we're here about the cat. That is actually terrible. Ryoko Aino. We have a name.
Let's go.
Now that we have the target's name, we can go to Mementos. So, off to the hideout.
I should write something.
And let's do that before I lose everything.
Hey, we're all here.
Yeah, that would be very nice, but we've got other things to deal with today. We've got requests.
Listen up.
Yeah, we've got to help these cat owners. As a cat, as having a cat in my household as well, cats are soothing. They may be hard and difficult to deal with at some times, but they're soothing. Especially if you've had one for a long while, which many of the owners likely have, and to have it taken away, yeah. So, we've got two here. We've got the bark and bite of a bully, which we already had the name for, and if cats disappeared from the city. So let's go change some hearts, shall we?
Yes, let us go.
To be perfectly honest, the enemies here aren't really that dangerous. We can travel and quick travel in Mementos though. It can only be done in certain locations. The entrance, train platforms at the end of an area, and a few others. And he gives us some go-ho-ems, which take us back to the entrance of a dungeon if necessary. I won't be using them. If necessary though, there is a way to the Velvet Room from here. Don't really matter. It doesn't really matter though. Let's enter.
Well then.
And because I'm silly, let's dress up Morgana with the Phantom Thief style.
Well then.
And well, we're going to start from the beginning.
This is...
Yeah, and Morgana did say that this place is very, very permeable. It doesn't keep its shape, which means we have to map it out all over again. We do get to have items, and I believe enemies at the moment will actually run from me. Because I'm so higher level compared to them. I'm here for chests, so I'm not going to open any of the locked chests at this level because I don't think it's worth it. The enemies here are very weak. I'm not going to be fighting any of them. I'm here just to pick up the loose items and any open chests.
Last night, 50 push-ups. Just look at these guns.
Wow. Haven't heard anyone call them guns in a while.
Are you meaning the ones that we fire at the enemies?
Oh, a treasure chest.
I'm actually happy to see those, all these city items, because they'll be useful very soon. I know that might sound strange, but they're actually going to be useful soon. So picking them up is a good thing.
Platform. We can probably head down from...
This isn't the first time I'm going to be coming here. I've got to come back up to these in a moment. But I just wanted to pick up those items. Plus, we need to actually go through this because we can't go down without actually going down. To the path of that word.
Hey, good job.
Hello there, Jose.
That one closed-up door is finally opened. Are you the one who did that?
We'll put it down to Morgana. They did it.
I knew it. Mementos filled me in on it. But thank you. I should be able to find more flowers deeper down. Well, I should get going. Good job.
Okay then. Yeah, let's go find some flowers. One really fearsome shadow in Mementos. If we hang around too long, it will hunt us down.
For real?
Yeah, we cannot beat it right now. It's called the Reaper. Spend too long in one area, it will come for you. If you hear the sound of chains, leave.
Let's go.
We will not be fighting that, not at this moment in time. But let's go. We've got a little bit of time before it shows up, so we should be fine. And I think even you run from me because. But I want this treasure chest, please. Yeah, the enemies here aren't really that worth it to fight at the moment. We're here mostly for the flowers and for the...
There's just something sophisticated about coffee.
items.
Goes well with sweets too. Joker always smells like coffee, huh?
Ah, good.
We're on
There's the
platform.
platform.
Now we can move on to the next area.
Yeah, we can. We're not going to because a certain person has set up residence here. Yeah, Jose over here.
Oh, mister. Hey, good job. Huh. What you got there? That's really neat.
Yeah, the Crystal of Lust and the Crystal of Vanity.
Wow. This is amazing. I recognize it from my studies. I'm feeling strong human desires coming from this accessory, but it still hasn't reached its full potential. May I see it? I won't do any damage to it. I promise.
Go ahead.
Just do this, and then this. Done. Here you go, mister. Now that accessory can use its full potential.
The Ring of Lust and the Ring of Vanity. Yeah, what we had before were just the crystals, or the skulls. Well, yeah, the crystal skulls of them. Pass them over to Jose, and he will change them into rings. These rings keep the abilities of the one of the crystal you had before, plus adds a little bit more.
Let me know if you find any others like it, okay? Learning about desires also teaches me more about humans. Oh,
But also, that's not the only thing he does. The stamp book. Fun game for us to play in Mementos. We're here for flowers for him, but apparently there's also stamp machines. There's a certain amount of stamps per level, well, per area. I think there's 2 on the first one, in the first one, which we need to go back for, and there's 8 in this particular one. We collect them and we bring them back to Jose. We can only collect them one time per stamp podium. But Jose does a few things with those. First off, let's look at the items he trades for right now. For flowers, there's Dizzy Vials, yeah. Sleep Vials, sure. And then there's not Soul Drops, Snuff Souls, and Stamina Kits. The amount of items he has will expand as the game goes on. We cannot leave Mementos with any flowers. We will go back to 0 once we leave. So if you are going to use these flowers, use them before you leave. Soul Drops, 10 SP to an ally. Snuff Souls, 50 SP to an ally. In terms of SP to flower ratio, it's actually equal. 15 times 5 is 75 after all. Stamina Kit S's as well for 80 can restores 20% to all allies in a safe room. Not as good. Snuff Souls and Soul Drops are where I'll be likely spending things at the moment. These other 2 items don't really care for. As for Cognition, change Mementos. This is where the stamps come in. Jose can change Mementos. How? We'll see a bit later, because I want to spend the flowers I get. But he can change it. He can increase the experience reward you get, increase the money award you get, we increase the item reward you get. All for the stamps that you are collecting. I'm going to be collecting 10 from these two areas, and they will be going straight into experience. You can spend flowers to reset points, but the more points you've delegated, the more you'll need to use to return it back to normal and reallocate them. So really, get it done, get it right the first time. And you can check the progress of what it is by pressing R1 and looking at the map screen. Right now, no stamps, so we can't increase this, but we'll be getting to that.
Speaking of, doing good?
Yeah, so we need to see Jose before we leave, and funny enough, talking to him actually respawns all the treasures in this place, including the chests. So we're going to go back and collect all those chests. I think it also resets the timer for the Reaper as well, but I'm not completely certain because I haven't seen the Reaper in a very long time. And right now I'm not really looking for him.
Yeah, can't see a damn thing. I'm no good with dark stuff.
Look alive! The Phantom Thieves live in the darkness.
Okay, so that's all the items here. Yeah. Let's move on and let's get our stamp before heading down. So yeah, 1 of 8 for the path of Iatsubus. Sure, we'll go with that. Security level doesn't seem to change even if the enemies spot you. But that's because this is a collective consciousness. This one is public. We're not putting one person on guard as we are with a palace. Really, we're anonymous here. And our first target is in this area. So we know what we're doing here. Collecting all the items. Walls to break. And there's our thing as well. There are walls in Mementos that you can break as well. There's our platform. Breaking out, pretty much walls that you can break are pretty much the same thing.
I'm the coolest.
It's more cute than cool.
Yeah, these are pretty much the same as doorways. You just bash into them, and well, there you go. This one happens to lead to our stamp. Any other treasures in here? Again, I'm not going to be wasting my lockpicks on any treasures around here at the moment. If they're open, they're open. If not, I'm just gonna leave them. Sure, the lock chests usually have something better.
Don't tell me you've driven before.
I'm helping too, you know. This wouldn't be so easy in other cars.
Yeah. The items in the lock chest are usually better, but I'm not really too worried about items I'm picking up right now.
Then
So which one is this one? Oh, it's our school bully.
Oh,
Takanashi's shadow.
Let's go. It's not my fault.
Making excuses, are you?
What was that? Come at me, bro.
Yes, actually, we're sort of together, making sure people like you don't get what they want. Hello, little Jack Frost. So, the Shadow Takanashi.
Let's go.
If you think this is weak to fire, you are absolutely correct.
Ravage now.
But apparently no. I thought this was weak to fire.
I see a weakness.
Oh, I think it because it's the mini boss version, it isn't weak to fire. Okay, that makes sense as well. Let's not waste our resources too much. And put you to sleep. Or not. Wow, things aren't really going too well right now, are they? Yeah, Matador. Can you... Actually... Typical. Well, that fear didn't help. This is actually going a lot worse than I usually get it. I'm definitely not going to cast Ice on Jack Frost, but sure, we're almost done now, so... You're still feared?
Something else.
I haven't equipped Yusuke's weapon either. Anyways, that's done. Really, that shouldn't have lasted as long as it did. Levels for Arn and Yusuke though. Agalao. Medium fire damage. Basically, upgraded version of Agi. And next, at level 25, negates fire resistance for all foes, but cannot negate fire wall. So if there's a enemy with a fire resistance, or I think it's of any kind, yeah, we break it.
I didn't have a choice.
If he didn't do it, they're going to hurt him? Wait. Are you just bullying people because you're being bullied yourself and forced into this?
What?
I think we've got a higher target, so alright. And our item is a protein. Nothing really too special. But really, that was a small target. We do still have one more target to go though. So let's keep moving. Yeah, they're not on this level, they're a little bit further inside. Plus, we've got stamps to collect. Nothing from Morgana, so they're not on this particular floor either. I think enemies are going to start being worth it soon, actually, for getting experience. I do want a little bit, but it's not really too much of a necessity right now. I'm level 22, that's really more than enough for right now.
Treasure chest spotted.
School, hmm? I'd like to attend one sometime.
Are you kidding? I'm jealous you don't have to go.
Yeah, that is a thing for Ryuji. Ah, there's our platform.
We can descend from here.
Which means that's where our stamp is. And nothing else. Okay. Pretty quick level. It would be a lot longer if I was actually fighting things, but yeah, I'm not doing that right now. There will be a point, which is after this particular area actually, that I am. Hello, people.
No.
No, they're actually shadows. Ryuji, you might actually be right. Then again,
Come on, man.
this is a cognition based on the real world, and most people were just going about their daily lives, so getting onto a train would be seen as normal.
Hey.
But the reason this place is going to be a sort of stopping area for this part is because I don't actually know how long this part's going to be because of all that jiggery around I did with Personas earlier, and this is the rest spot. Think of it as a safe room. You can quick travel to them, you can save your game in them, you can change your team in them, you can consult your team in them. Pretty much anything you could do in a safe room, you can do here. So I'm going to collect the stamp. I am going to actually go up back to the path of Kim Ranort. Let's go and get the stamps here. There's just two of them. One's on the actual exit and one's just up above this particular.
Oh, mister.
Oh yeah, Jose. Jose doesn't always appear in an area. There's only actual chance that he might appear. But if he does appear in an area, he will make mention of it at the very start. This time he's shouting out. Sometimes he'll just fly past and wave to you. Anyway, now that that's done, let's go back to this end area and let's head back to the rest point. Yeah, the target's a little bit further down. So next time we're going to go further down. We're going to take on our target and get to the end of this particular path. I do want to pick up all the stamps. So until then, have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. Goodbye.
I should write something.